Oh man, good morning campers. What have we got going on here? Oh, we got a little bit of situation. I pull everything out of the side boxes because I don't like to I get the truck too heavy with crap, and I don't like jacking it up with all the stuff in there. That way I don't blow any of the hydraulic lines and stuff. For some reason the truck does not want to start. I think the starter's finally taking a shit on me. As many times as I bumped that thing in the past to adjust the clutch, things like that. I had this problem last year and I actually made a video on it where I swapped the parallel switch out and I swapped out the battery, and then that battery would keep running and it wasn't the parallel switch. Sometimes the contacts are stuck open on the parallel switch, so it could be that. I'm sitting here jumping the starter and it's just like clicking. It's not trying to take off or anything, so I'm not sure. I think maybe it's finally gone, but you know, I'm just sitting here. I gotta wait until 8. I'm at the fairgrounds here. I was moving some of the amusement crap yesterday, and not everything was ready, unfortunately, and I had to park, and this is what happened. So I'm kind of just a sitting duck. I'm gonna have something delivered, so I'm gonna have a fee there probably, and it's just what it is. And I got a load waiting for me in Salina that I need to pick up sometime, that's going to Baltimore, Maryland, the port over there. But the lady's been pretty cool. She's like, look, if you can't get it today, you know, you can get it tomorrow. It's whatever. So I'm like, okay, but it just sucks being down, you know, because I just worked all weekend putting this fucking bumper on and whatnot and getting it going and taking care of the little things and cleaning it up. And now I'm just kind of sitting here waiting. So I guess I'll keep you updated. When I'm jumping the starter, it'll sit there and click. So I don't know what's going on. It's just not taking off like it should. I'm gonna call my buddy 3 Angels Diesel and talk with him real quick and see what he thinks, if he thinks it's bad from me doing that, or what he suggests to try next. I mean, I've done it before. It's what it is. If I gotta swap the starter, I just gotta find one. I called the local Napa, and the guy said he couldn't get one until tomorrow, but he said I'm super close to Dayton and I should get a hold of Dayton Heavy Duty, and they might be able to help me out today. So I'm gonna call them up. They just don't open yet. It's like 7:40ish. I've been up since like 5 something, 7:46. So we'll see. That's what's going on, man. On the show, on the Chad Teagan YouTube channel show. Well, the starter's here. The guy just come drop it off, so that's nice. I had to order a new starter from Truck Pro in Cincinnati, and then these fucking people come over here and they're dumping. They just dumped a bunch of water out, and it's running right where I'm getting ready to lay and do this. So this is gonna suck and piss me off. Not something I wanted to deal with, was laying in water while I'm doing this. But I basically haven't done anything yet. I just put a hat on because I was sitting out here talking to Kim. I did unhook this guy right here because that's the oil thing, so I could get down here and that, and then I'll climb down there. And I got this ready so I can start loosening it up. I didn't want to take anything off though until I actually had the starter. That way I made sure I knew where to plug everything in at. I'm just looking at this one real quick, and then I'll assess the situation. One bolt's up on the top, it's the hardest one. The other 2 are on the bottom. It's not that big of a deal. Let's see where this water goes when it comes down here. It's right at the fucking tire. God damn it. What a day. Good thing is there's a shower right down there. and I've got that jumpsuit to put on, but still, this is fucking bullshit. Well, there goes the guy. That was cool though. These fucking people, they don't care. They don't care about the guy with a broke down truck that has to lay right there. Oh, so much for not being at a truck P lot. Well, the new starter's in. I'm a complete fucking hot mess. After kneeling and dangling and climbing around in mud and getting some grease on the old jumpsuit, which is fine. Cleaned my hands up a little bit. You know, it's what it is. I got everything put back together. This new starter is way lighter than that other one, man. I just pulled that one right up in there, but I still had to get the strap out and use it up there like I do, just to hold it up there, because I couldn't hold it up there and put the bolts in myself without eating that thing. That motherfucker is a ton, and oddly enough, I'm sitting there turning it and it seems like it wants to work, so I'm probably going to throw it in a box and take it home, just to have it, maybe for a core in the future. But this one, since it was new, I didn't have to pay no core charge or nothing like that. They just, whatever, $600. So let's get up in here and try it. Hopefully, let's pray to God and cross our fingers that this works, because if not, I'm going to be tearing that parallel switch apart, and I really don't want to do that. God damn it. Yep, that's probably what it is, a fucking parallel switch. Motherfucker. Well, decided since that wasn't working, I'd come over here and mess with the parallel switch. Took it apart, unhooked it, pulled it back, undid the top. Here's it's sticking out. You can press it in. It'll pop back out. You press it in. That's basically the contacts right there. This is a different style than what's at the house with the other one. This one just kind of, there's these little bolts that screw in there, and I could not get this thing apart completely. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not mad about it or anything like that. And then there's these little nuts and stuff that go over the top with these little washers that just go on there like that. I'm sitting here looking around because I'm like, hey, I can leave this off and I can open and close these contacts basically with my hand. So I know something's going on right there, so I can try and do it without that. And then I look down and I see that this is broke off of down here, so I'm like, oh fuck. So I touched it together because there really wasn't much of this tip left of anything to touch onto. Actually, that's rubber anyways, to touch onto this, because that thing just straight snapped off. So that's probably what it was. So I just cut that wire back because I don't have any of those right now, so I'm gonna have to finagle and stick that thing in there. And I'm just basically going to put this over top of it and tighten it down with the wire and hope that works until I can get home to, you know, make it, fix that and put a terminal on it and stuff. So that's what that is. I'm going to put this on real quick, and then I'm going to run over there and try and start it, and hopefully that works. Oh, that was a $600 starter I didn't need to buy if that was the case. Kind of disappointed in myself, but that's what it is. At least I know I've got another starter. I've got a backup starter, that heavy ass starter I'm going to throw in the truck and take home, because that's probably a good fucking starter. It just wouldn't start up without that for some reason. I don't know why when I was trying to jump it, but I did turn the key one time and I got it to click over like it wanted to start, but I just don't think it had enough power for this. So we'll see what this is. Hopefully it's either that or the parallel switch, one of the two, but if I can shove that back and have the contacts, that's nice. So I mean, ugh. Well, if they're fiddle fucking with this thing for about fucking 10 minutes. Yeah, sorry, the F's. It's on there. It's not perfect. It's at least touching. Let's see if it'll start up. If it starts up, I'm going to be pissed. I don't have any of those circle rings that I can just clamp on there, so I'm probably going to have to run to the auto parts store. Then I'll throw one on and at least make it somewhat legit. That way it's not all ghetto. Boom. There you go. That was it. Fucking $600 error. Not paying attention, looking for that. So it's running. God, it pisses me off. Well, at least I got another starter out of it. Fuck. Yeah, it's running. I'm gonna go shower. Obviously, I'm dirty and nasty, so I need to go take a shower real quick. I'm gonna clean up and grab the load and go, because he's back, so whatever. Yeah. Well, we're moving. Went and cleaned up, took a shower, talked to them. I told him to drag this out, but he's got a little Volvo that's a single axle, and it wouldn't pull it out. It just dug some holes in the ground, so they're all waiting for me to come up. And I get up there and I see those holes. I'm like, what the fuck? So they're like, oh, it's digging. I'm like, you know, no big deal. I went to back up and it was super low, so one of them cranked it up and I just fucking hit it, grabbed it. Of course, you know, I'm at an angle in the grass and it just starts to slide off the fifth wheel a little bit, but luckily I got up under it and hooked up to it, drug it right out once I, you know, connected the air lines and shit. It's heavy today. Must have some diesel fuel in it. So, working them now. Figured I'd turn you on, let you hear a little bit of this. Sweet music from the Blue Truck. You go up here to stop and make a left turn, I'll run through the gears for you. Feels good to be moving, man. That was stressful. I mean, that starter, I don't like the way it sounds, that new one. It just sounds like it's whining real fast. But it's a lot lighter, that's for sure. Yeah, that's that terminal. I gotta get one of them ring fittings. I gotta stop at AutoZone and grab one of those.
Turn left.
And then I need to grab, I've got one spot where there's a positive going from that to the parallel switch. The washer's kind of messed up and it's not tightening down all the way like it needs to be, so I'm going to get a new one of those too on there. Probably a brass one or copper one. I don't, brass or copper, what are they, copper? So at least I got a new one of those. Fix that up and then we should be good to go and not have any more issues. I got another starter in a side box, it's the heavy big one. I'll just keep it with me, you never know when I'm going to need it.
At the light, use the left lane to
who knows
turn
about
onto
this
State
new light
122.
stuff, it could burn up quick. So it wasn't the starter. I need to start digging into things more often before I just jump to conclusions on the starter because
Turn
it wasn't
left.
even that great. Aero light. I wish the RPM gauge was working for me. That'd be freaking nice. Oh, I'm going anyways.
In 2.7 miles, turn right onto State Route 123.
I got her cranked up. She's nice and loud, right in my ears. She talks to me. I can see up there what I need to. Phone's away from me, so I'm not on it, fucking around. You know, when I'm driving and stuff. They're all back behind me. I was gonna wait on them, then I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go because they drive like 50, so. Probably won't be pushing 70 with this thing because this has some like weird small baby Daytons on it. And he said it's hard to find people that actually want to work on this or change them. And it's like, dude, all these carnival rides got fucked up weird tires and stuff on them. Nothing's ever the same. Like the big Ferris wheel has a super single that's not like a big super single. It's like a medium super single. It's like, dude, where do you even find a tire like this if this breaks down? I don't understand, but usually he runs this and that at the same time, but he decided not to the other night, so whatever. It's not a bad little trip up here. It's only 88 miles from Wapakoneta, so. Then tomorrow I've got a load going from Salina to Baltimore, so I'll be able to pick that up. Got a hold of the broker this morning. I let her know what was going on. I told her I wouldn't be there today, or I told her I might be there by 4, but then it ain't happening because I'm going to drag 2 more loads and make some money off this guy. You know, and I just pick it up tomorrow and I'll deliver it Thursday, and that'll be it for that. So. Then I'll have to find my way back Thursday, Friday, so I can be home this weekend, or try to be at least. We'll see. One guy commented, Troy Lentz, he was like, that eats into your bottom for this week, and the way I see it is it's a tax write-off. When you're an owner-operator like this, you got expenses that you got to pay for. You know, this ain't just going on the company credit card or something like that. It's a tax write-off for me. That's the way I see it. I don't think of like bottom line or anything like that. I'm just, you know, it's just one of those situations where it's what it is. That's trucking. I mean, you can't have it. Everything's not going to go smooth. The truck's been running great. You know, since I've been running it, this is the first minor hiccup. Yes, I was fortunate I was at a place like that. I didn't have to do that in no nasty lot. Yeah, they dumped that fucking that water thing out, and I laid in a little bit of water, but I mean, I didn't get completely wasted or trashed. I was able to shower right afterwards. I didn't have to get in my truck and get it all gross and grimy. So
then at the next one, turn right.
Yeah, I hear ya. I should pull it in there. I could use a Mountain Dew or something. A little kick in the pants.
At the light, turn right onto State Route 123.
I feel bad because Grandma at the restaurant was having pork chops again today. I told her probably wasn't going to be around, but I could actually went and got one, but I mean, it was right before they closed, so I didn't want to be that guy. So I just figured, no.
In 4.2 miles,
next
turn
time I'm
right
down.
to merge onto I-75 North toward Gate.
Flashers on it, you know what I mean? But what can you say? That's trucking, right? Yeah. Oh man, I just ate this place and it was super freaking killer. A bunch of OSU stuff, so if you're an Ohio State fan, you would definitely enjoy it. But they had like fair fries, and I'm talking, it was freaking 2 pounds. It was probably 2 huge potatoes that were cut just like fair fries. Malt vinegar, ketchup, salt. Ooh, the burger was huge, huge. I'll show you a picture right here. But gave a picture of the truck and stuff. That's a pretty cool mural for being OSU, but whatever. Gave me the picture of the truck. I told the girl, hey, this is for your owner, because I tagged my wife's daughter's baby daddy in a post because he's a big Buckeyes fan, and I said go blue afterwards, and she laughed at it. But then she came over and talked to me because I gave her a picture of the truck and stuff. So nice meeting new people, and definitely come back here if you know what I'm saying. Their food was killer, and I told her, I said I should have got the club because I couldn't even finish the burger, but it was stinking huge, but it was good. So appreciate that. And hospitality, always get hospitality when I'm at places in this truck. Even if I'm not, I just am friendly and talk to people and put them on. So if you're ever in Wapakoneta, come to Al's Woodies and get you some food. Tell them I sent you. Well, it's been one of them days. We ran for a little bit. You've seen that. I'm in Wapakoneta right now. Went to eat over here at Al Woodies, and I turned the truck off. I made the mistake of turning the truck off. I thought, oh, I've got stuff because I bought a ring terminal at Menards. I stopped in Menards after my last little load. I bought a ring terminal. I bought a washer, and I bought a couple other things. That way I thought I'd be okay. And I thought since I got the truck started at the campground, I would have been fine. So I dropped off the last pub trailer, the little house that they have, and some living quarters. I left because I needed to get diesel fuel because I'm supposed to pick up a trailer in Salina tomorrow and go to Maryland. I don't think it's going to happen. I stopped here to get something to eat after I went and got diesel. Turned the truck off. I come back out and the thing would not. It just won't do it again. It's not getting anything. I think the parallel switch is like it's sticking in or something. I think the parallel switch needs switched out because I checked all the wires. I took my ohm meter back here and I checked everything to make sure everything was getting 12 volts and it was fine. But when I take the cap off of the parallel switch, it like sucks in, and then like I can't even, and I tried jumping the starter, I tried jumping it from the parallel switch in the battery, and it just click, and then it'll shut itself off like it's overdoing it or something. So I don't know, that's because it's getting 24 volts probably, and the parallel switch changed it from 24 to 12. So I don't know. I'm sitting here in the truck. I walked to go and grab something to drink because I was thirsty, and I thought, man, I'm gonna end up getting stuck here. A worst case scenario, these people can fill me up with some air and we can shove the truck out of the way, because I'm in front of a shop, and yeah, there's a car up on a lift in there, and I'm sure they're gonna want to use it in the morning. So I'm sitting here and I see a guy go by in a tow truck, and I'm like, fuck, man, I should have jumped out and said something to him. And then he come back. So I get out and I start waving, and he says, is that Chad Keegan? I'm like, motherfucker. It's like, man, I was actually going to stop and talk to you. I think he's coming now, so probably going to get off here. But I asked him if he could either push start me or tow me over to the fairgrounds where at least I can be comfortable. Yeah, that's him. And work on this shit. So that's what's happening right now. He's got a Perdiddle. But yeah, he come over and was like, oh, blah blah. We talked, and he's like, it's this rate. I'm like, I don't care, dude, I just need to get out of here. So, and I told my wife, I said, once I get this thing started, I'm not turning it off. So we'll see. 3 minutes and 52 seconds. I guess we got to make this quick. Back at the house. Hey, shirtless Chad here. It's Friday. Decided that I was going to just shut down for a couple days, come back home and regroup, hang out with the wife for a few days. I needed to do that anyways because I've been going hard since I started, and I needed to slow down and take a few days just to get my shit together because you know, this whole situation with the truck not starting, changing the starter out, realizing it was a wire. Then I get over to this restaurant and I can't get the thing started, and it's like, oh my god. And then I get towed, and it was just like, that's a nightmare, something you don't want, especially when you're an owner operator. It was nice that I didn't have to pay the tow bill. That was awesome that he hooked me up with that, and just pulled me over there for free. And I couldn't have thanked him enough for that. But I mean, you know, I was able to sit over there at that fairgrounds and collect my thoughts a little bit, go through some stuff, talk on the phone with James Pretty for a little bit, and you know, just kind of decide what I was going to do then. And I just, you know, I ordered 2 new parallel switches, so they should be coming either today or tomorrow. So I'm always going to have a brand new one on me, so if anything ever happens. But basically just tore the thing apart, cleaned the contacts, and then I took everything in the battery that went to that parallel switch out also, and I cleaned everything I needed to, so that way it was getting the proper connection, because I believe there's a big red wire that goes from the battery up to the top of the parallel switch, and the battery connection, I don't think it was getting a very good one, so that's why it would cut out on me and stuff like that. Because when I was at the fairgrounds and I realized the wire was broke, before I went and got the ring terminal to put on that to be able to fix that, I just cut the wire and threw it in there. And then I noticed that that wire was kind of messed up by where the terminal went, so I cleaned all that stuff up and put it back on. I sat there for a while, gathered my thoughts, about 20 minutes, jumped in, turned the key, and it fired right up. Turned it off, turned it on, same thing. So I've had no problems with it since. But I still thought, I'm coming home because I'm dirty, I'm hot, I've sat around, waited on this dude for 3 days, and I just wasn't in the mood to do anything. It was like 90 some degrees out, and I needed a shower, and I didn't feel like paying for one at the TA close. So I just told Kim I'm coming home. I'm shutting down for a few days. I'm gonna do some things to the truck because Monday I'm taking off and I'm not gonna be back for a couple weeks probably because I need to go out and grind. So what I'm gonna do now is I've got these off. I'm getting ready to take these off, figure out which ones I want to take off because I've got these wheel simulators that I had picked up in Richmond, Indiana. These are new old stock, brand new wheel simulators for these 24.5s. So see if I can get one out. So we're gonna have some shine on those. Everybody's always like, oh, get some aluminum rims, get some aluminum rims. You need to put aluminum rims on it. Guess what, I got those for $175. I'm gonna throw them on. So that's what's going on right now. You know what I mean? Oh, it's about 3 a.m. and the tornado siren's going off. Just got the old buzzer going on the phone. Next thing you know, that thing starts going off. It's not really raining too bad. Was pouring a little bit. That is the tornado siren. Dude, sounds like they're shutting her down. False alarm. Everybody can go back to bed now. Been up since like 12:30. Just edited a video. Good times. We ain't trucking. It's just raining.